Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving into data cleansing and transformation. Whether you are a data analyst or an aspiring one, knowing how to clean your data before analysis is vital. It is the only way to ensure your reports are error-free. Mastering these techniques in Excel first is a smart move. It builds a solid foundation that will make navigating Power Query much easier later on. On my screen, I have a messy data set that needs work. Imagine you are taking an Excel practical test and you are given this data to clean. How would you undo it? Let's get started. Now, if you look at the steps sheet, we have procedure to clean the data set. 1. Apply all borders to the data set. Clean all the column headers, bold each header, add a white font color, and put a green background. Now let's move to the data. So the first thing we need to do is to expand the column width. Now for us to expand the column width, you will need to highlight the sheet. To do that, you click this area and then you double click the column width. It will expand. Now the next thing is to add all borders. To do that, you will need to highlight your data set and click your all borders. You will always see it here, all borders. Now the next thing is to bold the headers. So I'll bold them now. Good. Now we'll need to clean each header. If you look at here, we have small letter D. It ought to be in capital letter. So that will be department for the state. We'll clean the S and put capital letter S. Also for the country, we remove the C, we put capital letter C. For monthly salary, we remove the small letter M, put capital letter M. For the monthly allowance, we'll do the same thing. And then for the remark, we'll do the same thing. And also for the date, we do the same thing for the date as well. So now the background, we'll put green color, right? We'll make use of this. And then for the fonts, we need white fonts. We need white fonts. Good. So now we've carried this out. We can go back to the steps and click done, right? So we can format it this way. So now we move to 2. Split the names into separate column. Now for us to split the names into separate column, now if you look at the names, we have 2, right? Martins Lugard, James Moore. Now we want to split them into 2, whereby Lugard will be inside a new column, Moore as well, the James, which is the last name. So to do that, we need to add a new column, because if we do it without adding a new column, we are going to lose this department column, and we don't want to, right? So we need to highlight and insert a new column here. So we can now go ahead to do it. So we need to highlight, go to your data, locate your text to columns, then click next, check your space, click next, then you can check the data preview, then click finish. Do you want, there is already data here, do you want to replace it? Okay, so we now have a new column with the last name. So we can now change this one and put first name, and then rename this to be, name this to be last name. So we have successfully renamed the two columns. Good. So now we can now go back to the steps and format the second one. So we move to 3, clean the column that contains department. So we move to departments. Now we have departments, teaching. Now it ought to start with capital letter T, not small letter t. So in this case, we are going to make use of proper function. And if we are going to use proper function, it means we are going to add a new column here. So add a new column again, you just highlight the column in front of what you want to work on and click insert. So I'm going to apply my function here. So that will be, and to start to use a function in Excel, you will start with equal sign. It will be equal to proper. Click your proper, then you click the text, close the bracket, then hit your enter. So I now have teaching. I can then autofill and get my results. Here I can now change it to department. So if you want to have everything in capital letter, that is upper. If you want to have everything in small letter, that is lower. Good. Now we now have two departments column. So we need to delete this now and have one. Now see what happened here. Now after deleting the first column, we now have this ref, right? So it means here that this particular column actually reference the column I deleted. It came from the column I deleted. Now that I deleted that column, then it changed to this, which means it will be difficult for us to delete the column where this particular reference column came from. So I will just initiate it again, which means that there is something we need to do this time. We need to copy this column, the new column that we generated from column C, and paste it as value. We'll paste it as value. So when we are able to when we do this, then we can now get rid of column C and then column D. They will now have that new column. To do that, we'll just need to initiate a new column again and put, okay, no need to put department. So we just need to copy and then we want to paste it here. I'll select here, then I'll go to paste. Now I will click this values, paste as values. Then I will just click. So now I now have a new column. So here I can now put department. Good. So in this case, we can now delete this and delete this as well. Good. We can go back to our steps and click this cell by formatting. So we move to 4. Replace the state with Nigeria instead, right? So instead of having states, we can have Nigeria. So we have Lagos State, Oyo State. We want the state to change to Nigeria. We don't want states. You know, if you don't know how to use Excel, what you just need to do is to delete the states one after the other and type Nigeria. Move to the second one, type Nigeria. Now imagine if you have like 1,000 rows, 2,000 rows, you will be tired doing that. So there is something we can do. We can make use of find and select under editing group. So to do that, you will need to highlight again and go to find and select. You click replace, then find what we want to find the state. Replace with Nigeria. Just put Nigeria. Then replace all. All done. We made 18 replacements. So close. We now have Nigeria here, right? So can you see that we're already cleaning our messy data? Now let's move to the next thing to do here, monthly salary. Let's look at the steps. Fill the blank column with 0. Go back to the data. Now you look at here, we have blank cell, right? This is a column, right? This is a column, and here we have a blank cell. So we want this blank, we want to replace the blank with 0. We don't want empty, we don't want blank, rather we want 0. So for us to be able to do this, we need to highlight and go back to find and select again. You click your replace. Then since we are dealing with blank, then you won't put anything in front of the find words. Then replace with what? You put your 0 and then replace all done. We made 6 replacements. Press your OK. Close. Now someone might ask me, why are we having dash? Why not the 0? Why? Because we formatted this particular column with currency, United States currency. So we need to remove the currency for the 0 to appear. To do that, we need to highlight and click general. So here we can now have 0, right? So we can go back to these steps, and that's what 5. So we've done 4, we've done 5. So we format 4, then 5. Good. Now we move to 6. Format monthly allowance column with United States currency. That's 6. So we go back to 6. We want to add currency here. To do that, you just highlight and click your United States currency. You just click and then you can reduce the decimal. Let's say you want to use Naira. To do that, you just need to click the drop down, click more account formats. You click your currency, click this arrow, then you can now search for Naira and then use it there. And then when you see it, just click, then press your OK. Good. Now let's move to the next. So we've done 6. We can now format. Now let's move to 7. Add a serial number to your data set. Add a serial number to your data set. Now we want to add a serial number to our data sets. Now for us to be able to add a serial number, we need to create a new column here. So to do that, you need to highlight, then you insert a new column. Then the next thing is we need to give it another all border. So to use all border, you just click. We have it now. Then we can click. You can just type serial number, and we can also put a green background and change the text to white and bold. So now we want to put a serial number. That will be 1 to 19. Let's start. That will be 1. So someone can, if you are not good when it comes to using Microsoft Excel, you can put it manually 2, 3, 4. But what about if you have 2,000 rows? You'll be tired. So we can just use our fill. You come to your fill, click the drop down, series, and click your column, and let's add 19. Then we just press OK. So we have, okay, it's not up to 19, so we can just get rid of this and just remove the no border, remove the all border, then put border back here again. So now we've done that. We'll go back to the steps, click. Good. Let's move to 8. Clear the formatted cell under the remark. Let's go back there. We're told to clear the formatted cell. To do that, you just highlight and go to your clear. See here, clear format. Clear formats. Just click. Good. So we can go back here and just quickly put our borders. So now we've done that. We'll go back to the steps and click this. 9 now. Change the date column to short date instead. Now go back to the data set. We want to have a short date. We don't want to have this kind of date format, a short date. So what I will just do is to highlight, then go back to your drop down here under the number group, click, and you look for short dates. This is short dates. You just click your short dates. Good. So we now, are you seeing a clean data now? Good. Now let's move to the steps again. We can now format. So we have 2 left, right? Then calculate the average monthly salary and total salary. To calculate the average monthly salary and total salary, we'll go back to the data set and we click here. Don't forget, we want to use 2 functions, average and sum. So to get the average, that will be average function. That will be equals to average then you copy down close the brackets, then hit your enter. So we have this. Then we can also format it. Now to get the total monthly allowance, that will be equals to sum. So we also click here, copy down, close the brackets, and hit your enter. This is $1 million, 1,965,000. So now we've done this, we'll go back and click this, and then the last one, find the max and mean salary. Max means maximum and mean means minimum, which means we are looking for, we want to find the maximum salary and minimum salary. So if you come back here and go back to the salary, we can pick this, we can write this manually, right? That is, you just look at it, where is the minimum and where is the maximum. But in this case, we are told to use a function which is max and min. So we can do that here. Can just put our max, and then here we can put min. So that will be equals to max, this is salary. So I will copy down, close my brackets, and hit my enter. So this is the maximum salary, then the mean equals to mean. I will do the same thing and close my brackets, hit my enter, which is 0, right? So I have the maximum salary to be this, right? And then we have, for the minimum salary, we have 0, right? So have you learned something today? I believe. Yeah, thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and then stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.